What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be breaking down the box office for this weekend, and specifically Captain America Brave New World. The film opened to a 3-day opening weekend of around $88 million and a 4-day opening at over $100 million it was able to hit. So that is extremely successful and great news for Captain America Brave New World that it was able to get to that $100 million opening. However, when you compare this to past Marvel movies, it's not really that great. If we just look back a couple years ago at Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which opened at this exact same time in 2023, it had a 3-day of $106 million and a 4-day of over $120 million. So it is far ahead of Captain America Brave New World. And it also got a better cinema score, which is a big deal when considering box office. If you don't know what cinema score is, it's basically they poll audiences coming out of the theater and they kind of get their opinions on the film. They give it a grade, and that grade's like, like school grades, A all the way down to F, right? It's very rare you ever see grades go that low, though, for a lot of these films, and Marvel has a pretty consistent track record when it comes to cinema scores. However, Captain America Brave New World has a pretty disastrous B- cinema score, which is actually the worst cinema score ever for a Marvel movie. It is ahead of The Marvels and Quantumania by quite a bit. So that is super unfortunate for this film, a film that I actually enjoyed a little bit. I thought it was a good, solid film, nothing like Winter Soldier or the old other Captain America movies, but I thought it was a solid watch, and this is coming from someone who has been very critical of the MCU of late. I actually had a good time with this movie. But yeah, I think it could be a mix of people just, it's a Captain America movie without Captain America in it. Steve Rogers is not in it, so, I mean, I can definitely understand where people are coming from that point of view, but it overperformed the initial projections that it had. There were some that said it might not even open to 80 million on the 3-day, which would have been really, really bad for Marvel standards. But it ended up climbing up to $88 million, which is solid. Again, the last Captain America movie that wasn't like a half of an Avengers film was Captain America Winter Soldier, and it came out over 10 years ago. Now, you adjust for inflation, and that opening is a lot bigger. It actually opened to $94 million back in 2014. So the fact that this couldn't even get to that, not even to mention inflation, it's not great for this opening for Captain America Brave New World. So in the context of the MCU, this is not a good opening. In the context for its budget of $180 million and what it opened to worldwide and just overall as an opening weekend, it did actually overperform, which is solid for any film. So if we head on over here to the top 10, you can see Captain America Brave New World, $88.5 million on its opening weekend. Again, solid numbers for just a film overall for MCU standards. It's not great, though. Number 2, another film that opened this weekend, Paddington in Peru, opened to $13 million on its opening weekend, which came in a little bit under projections. I think it was projected to open a little over $15 million in the 3-day, so it underperformed slightly. Coming in at number 3, we have Heart Eyes, which, this is interesting. $10 million on its second weekend, up 20% from its first weekend. You rarely see that. You rarely see a movie actually do better on its second weekend than it did on its first weekend. And one of the reasons for that, is that it is Valentine's weekend at the box office, and Heart Eyes is a Valentine's themed movie. So you can see how the interest of the film probably increased over Valentine's Day, and so that's where you're getting these numbers from. But it is super rare occasion that a film goes up on its second weekend. At number 4, we have Dogman with just under $10 million, down just under 30% on its third weekend now. That's very solid. Dogman's doing very well. It's almost at $100 million worldwide now, and having a 30% drop is very good. It's very good for this film. Now, this one's a really interesting film. It's called, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, Ni Jia 2. I could totally be wrong on that, but that's what it looks like. So Ni Jia 2 had $7.2 million. This one is a film that is racking up records and just breaking records in China. It has crossed the $1.3 billion mark in China alone, which is the most money a single film has ever earned in a single country. There's never been a film to do over $1 billion. The previous record holder was Star Wars The Force Awakens, here domestically, did about $930 million. So this film destroyed that record. It's going to hit $2 billion, mainly because of its overseas numbers. Here, it's not doing incredible, but it's actually, it's performing mildly well here, but overseas, it's racking up tons of records and stuff. So it is doing really well overseas. So coming in at number 6, we have Love Hurts, $4.3 million on the weekend, down just 25% from its previous weekend. Again, a great hold for a movie that is themed about love, and it is Valentine's Day weekend. So, the drops are going to be a lot less. Now, Mufasa the Lion King had $4.1 million. This film is almost at $700 million worldwide. I mean, it just snuck up on that milestone. I mean, this film opened to $35 million and has outgrossed Sonic domestically and has gone all the way up to $700 million, which is just incredibly impressive from this film. It's just had great legs. It's just kept going and making tons of money. It's actually up 3.7% on the weekend on its 9th weekend. So it is doing very impressive. Very impressive numbers. Number 8, One of Them Days, just under $3 million, actually up 4% on its 5th weekend, so that one's doing very well. Coming in at number 9, we have Companion, a really great film. I recommend it. $1.8 million, down 37% on its 3rd weekend, so it's not doing too well. Let's just say that. It's not bombing, but it's not performing as well as I think a lot of people thought it would. Coming in at number 10, we have Becoming Led Zeppelin at $1.8 million, down under 30%. A great hold on its 2nd weekend. So there you go. That is the top 10 this weekend at the box office. And looking at this coming weekend, we have one film releasing this weekend, one big film, and that is The Monkey, based on the short story by Stephen King. It looks very good. It looks really good. Me and my dad are going to go review it. It looks like a good time, so I cannot wait for it. But I would say that it's probably going to make, I think projections are saying around 17 to 21 million is kind of where projections are. I'm going to call it at about 21 million. I'm going to say 21 million. I'm going to say it's going to open on the high end because I think it's Stephen King, reliable name. I think people are going to show up. The trailers have been really good. It depends on, the Rotten Tomatoes score and all that, but I have confidence that it's going to be a solid film. So yeah, if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Me and my dad are trying to reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers on the channel. We're over halfway there, so help us get there. And in the comments down below, what do you think of Captain America Brave New World's opening weekend? Did you see the film? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know down below, and I'll see you guys next time.